The US has 1/5 of the world's prison population, and 75% of states have more prisons than colleges. The war on drugs has contributed to mass incarceration since the 1970s. Even celebrities cannot escape its reach. Mark Wahlberg, the actor and former rapper, has been in the spotlight recently for his request of a pardon for felony assault convictions from 1988. Wahlberg, who was 16 at the time, carried out racially motivated assaults on 2 Vietnamese men while under the influence of PCP. After serving less than 2 months of his 2-year sentence, he apologized for his actions in 2006 and later sought a pardon in 2014, but withdrew the request after public controversy. Martha Stewart's impeccable homemaking image was tainted when she was indicted on 9 counts by the SEC in 2003. Stewart was later found guilty of lying and obstruction of justice, resulting in 5 months in prison. However, she was able to bounce back after her release in 2005, and continue her legacy of domestic perfection. Good American founder Khloe Kardashian faced jail time in 2008 for probation violations from a DUI arrest in 2007. She received a 30-day sentence, but was released after only 3 hours due to prison overcrowding. In 1989, Zsa Gabor, the Hungarian-American socialite, was stopped for a traffic violation in Beverly Hills and slapped the police officer who pulled her over. She refused community service and served 3 days in prison from July 27 to July 30, 1990. Wesley Snipes was convicted of willful failure to file federal tax returns from 1999 to 2004, resulting in a 3-year prison sentence. He served from December 2010 to April 2013 in Pennsylvania, and completed his house arrest in July 2013. In 1978, Tim Allen was arrested for possessing 650 grams of cocaine at an airport. He avoided life imprisonment by naming other dealers and receiving a reduced sentence of 3 to 7 years. He was paroled in 1981 after serving more than 2 years. #TimAllen #cocaine #arrest. Former heavyweight champion Mike Tyson was convicted of raping an 18-year-old girl in an Indianapolis hotel room in 1991 and sentenced to 6 years in prison, serving less than half. As a result, he is required by federal law to register as a Tier 2 sex offender for life. Tyson is currently a pigeon enthusiast. Sean Penn, famous actor, once punched an extra on the set of a movie he was filming in 1987. He was convicted of assault and spent 33 days in jail as a result. The incident occurred while he was working on the film Colors alongside Robert Duvall. Mike, the Situation, Sorrentino, reality star of Jersey Shore, was once the second highest earning reality star in 2010 with earnings exceeding $5 million. However, he was charged with tax fraud for failing to pay income tax on roughly $8.9 million and other charges of tax evasion. Sorrentino accepted a plea bargain for 1 count of tax evasion and served an 8-month prison sentence in 2019. Rapper 50 Cent is now a household name, but did you know about his troubled past? Prior to his success in the music industry, Jackson sold crack cocaine since the age of 12. At 19, he was arrested for trying to sell drugs to an undercover police officer and faced prison time. However, he was able to reduce his sentence to just 6 months in a boot camp where he obtained his GED. Paris Hilton was sentenced to 45 days in jail for violating probation in 2007. She served just 19 days before being released from a California women's prison. Former football star and infamous murder suspect O.J. Simpson has been released from all parole conditions, making him a free man. Despite being acquitted of the murder of his ex-wife in the trial of the century, Simpson was later convicted of robbery and kidnapping in 2008 and served nearly 9 years in prison. In October 2017, he was granted parole for good behavior. Now, in late 2021, he is officially released from all parole conditions. Chris Brown, known for his music, has been involved in several violent incidents. The most shocking incident was in 2009 where he assaulted his then-girlfriend Rihanna, causing her to be hospitalized. In 2013, he was arrested again for felony assault after attacking a fan who wanted a photograph with him. Brown quickly got out of jail but was ordered to report to his California probation officer within 48 hours. Fast and Furious actress Michelle Rodriguez faces continued legal trouble for driving offenses. A convicted hit-and-run driver, Rodriguez was arrested on suspicion of DUI while filming Lost in 2005 and later admitted breaking probation, leading to a 180-day sentence. Despite being released early due to overcrowding, Rodriguez continues to attract controversy. Actor Christian Slater has had a troubled past with the law. In 1989, he was arrested for driving under the influence and spent 10 days in jail. In 1997, he faced assault charges for attacking his girlfriend while under the influence of drugs and alcohol. He only served 59 days of his 3-month sentence due to good behavior. American rapper Ja Rule, co-founder of the ill-fated Fyre Fest, was sentenced to 2 years in prison in 2010 for possession of a firearm. He later received an additional 28 months for failing to pay income taxes on $3 million in earnings while serving time. After serving approximately 2 years behind bars, Ja Rule was finally released from prison in May 2013. Actor Danny Trejo opens up about his troubled past, revealing that he participated in his first drug deal at 7, and was arrested for drug-related crimes at age 10. Trejo spent much of the 1960s incarcerated, where he crossed paths with cult leader Charles Manson. Since being released from prison for the final time in 1969, Trejo has remained sober. Paul McCartney was arrested in Tokyo in 1980 for carrying a big stash of marijuana. He was there to start a tour with Wings, but was detained for 9 days before being deported to England. The smuggling charge could have landed him in jail for up to 7 years. Felicity Huffman, along with other wealthy parents, was charged in the 2019 college admissions scandal for disguising a payment as a charitable donation to have someone else take the SATs on behalf of Huffman's daughter. She pled guilty to mail fraud and honest services fraud and was sentenced to 14 days in jail, a year of supervised release, a $30,000 fine, and 250 hours of community service. Huffman served her time in a detention center in California and was released 10 days later. Former Full House actor Lori Loughlin was sentenced to 2 months in prison for her involvement in the 2019 college admissions scandal. Loughlin pleaded guilty to charges of conspiracy to commit wire fraud and mail fraud in May 2020, disguised a $500,000 bribe as a donation to the Key Worldwide Foundation. Loughlin reported to a federal corrections facility in Dublin, California on October 30, 2020, and was released on supervision on December 28, 2020. Reality TV star, Teresa Giudice, was indicted on 39 counts of fraud in 2013 and was sentenced to 15 months in prison alongside ex-husband Joe. Teresa surrendered to authorities in 2015 and served 13 months before being released. Tommy Lee, the founding member of Motley Crue, spent 6 months in jail in 1998 for assaulting his then-wife, Pamela Anderson. He was also jailed for 5 days in mid-2000 for violating his parole by consuming alcohol. Tom Sizemore, actor and convicted domestic abuser, has had numerous legal issues since his breakout role in Born on the 4th of July. In 2003, he was convicted of domestic abuse against then-girlfriend Heidi Fleisch. After violating parole with failed drug tests, Sizemore served 7 months in prison in 2005. Former Saved by the Bell actor Dustin Diamond passed away on February 1, 2021, at the age of 44 due to lung cancer. Diamond was previously convicted for carrying a concealed weapon and disorderly conduct after an altercation in a Wisconsin bar in 2014. He served 3 months of his 4-month sentence but was arrested again in 2016 for violating his parole. Reality TV star Amber Portwood has a history of domestic violence charges. After assaulting her ex-boyfriend in 2010, MTV aired footage of the attack leading to her arrest. Drugs were also found in her residence. In 2019, she physically attacked her former partner while holding their son and threatened suicide with a machete.